Maybe
Always having his head turned by a pretty face, that one. Hello there, welcome back to Sight This Gamer Hag. My name is Rachel. You alright? It's Murder Mystery Monday and we are picking up exactly where we left off last time with B is for Bexhill. So we have to go to Scotland Yard. So we received a letter. We're going to have a little think about some things.
Let us examine this more closely.
Let's have a little look. So there is a typing quirk here.
In the two letters may have similar defects.
Yeah. So we have...
Yes, this I is weird.
The A as well.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
Anything else we need to pick up on here?
Let us examine the characters in this word. Let us examine the characters in this word.
Okay.
Let us examine the characters in this word.
That is a little all over the place as well.
Let us examine the characters in this word.
Okay, let's go out.
Right.
And
Let us compare this with the other letter.
yeah, it has the same defect. So the A,
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
the I.
However, the characters in the two words do not match. Yes, the A appears to be quite
He hasn't called me
unusual.
Hercule this time.
Yes, this I is weird.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Let us examine the characters in this word. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter.
You are very good at solving problems. So the eyes are the same. And the A's are the same.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Let us examine the characters in this word.
Okay. I'm not sure whether...
Right. Let us compare this with the other letter.
If you quit this puzzle now, it will be reinitialized and bleed. Oh, so I have missed something. Okay, what have I missed in this letter? Let's have a look, see. So let's click this one.
Yes, the A appears to be...
And then
Right. Let us
click
compare
the
this with the other
same
letter.
on this one.
That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Okay. Then what are the defects? So the I.
Yes, this I is weird.
And then the
Right.
I.
Let us compare this with the other.
This one.
Yes,
There we go.
the I characters.
So I had
in
the right
two
things, I
letters
just didn't do
do
them in the right
indeed
order.
have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Okay, what other defects could there potentially be? What else could there be? Let's have a good look at this one. Oh, there we go. See, there's a blank space here.
The W is not printed properly.
Yeah,
Right. Let us compare this with the other letter.
this one. That is the interesting thing about... Is there a lower W on here? Oh, there we go.
Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These 2 letters were written with the same typewriter.
Typewriter defects can be like a signature.
Both letters were written on the same typewriter and show the same characteristics.
You surprise me, Poirot. You usually ignore material proof.
But there is nothing usual about this case, Hastings. Nothing must be overlooked. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
New objective. What's special about the Andover murder? Letter announcing Bexhill crime. Andover ABC guide. The ABC guide. No motive. First victim was called Asher. So it is. Andover and Alice Asher start with the letter A. What can we guess about the next victim? It's going to be Bees. The next victim's name will start with Bees.
So, Poirot, have you found something?
I wonder if we've got a copy of the ABC in this room.
It is not enough to stop the murderer. Let us go and see Chief Inspector Japp. I will explain there.
Let's have a look over here. Can we go back here? I wonder if there's... It looks like there's a book there. Let's see if that's an ABC. Ah, it is. Okay. So we have an ABC.
Andover, Hampshire, population 31,200 inhabitants.
Can we look at the Bexhill one? Okay. Let's leave then. Let us go. Let's go to Scotland Yard. Go and see Japp. Inspector Japp.
To Scotland Yard, please.
Dude, sweet. So ego points. Ooh, Scotland Yard in London. London. Let us go inside. So, last time we investigated the death of Alice Asher in Andover. She was a tobacconist. She had her head bopped in. Initially thought it was the husband, but it was not. It is this ABC guy. Hello, come to look over your shoulder.
Japp appears to be snowed under.
He has a lot of things on his table. Come on. Where? Where is this? Oh, there we go. Bars of pepper. Cup of cold tea. We need one more. What's this?
Japp
Telephone
appears
off the
to
hook.
already be overloaded with work. My news is not going to improve matters. Bonjour, Chief Inspector. I am afraid we have some bad news.
I'm going to have a
I
little
just
snoop around
received
his
another
office in a
letter
minute.
signed ABC. The next crime will be on the 25th in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you completely sure it's from the same person?
I have compared the 2 letters. There is no doubt about it.
From the same typewriter, not
I
necessarily the
suppose
same
you think
person,
he's going
but
to carry out his threats.
it's an assumption that
so.
we can make fairly.
Good God, Poirot.
Certainly.
Bexhill is very busy at this time of year, and we have no idea who the next victim will be.
The killer attacks old ladies who run a shop. The next victim's name will start with a B. The murder is unpredictable. We can pretty much confidently say
I
that.
suspect that the name of the second victim will start with B.
Is it going to be
What on
2
earth makes you
B's
think
or
such
just
a
the
thing?
surname or just
I
the
thought
first
about
name?
it when I saw the name Asher clearly written over the shop door of the unfortunate woman who was murdered in Andover last month. When I received the letter mentioning Bexhill, I deduced that the victim, like the town, might have been chosen by alphabetical order.
So, it's an alphabet fiend. I'm going to have a list drawn up of all the people whose name starts with B. I hope there aren't too many of them.
Bien, we should leave you to work, Chief Inspector.
You have a few days to prepare yourself.
Thank you for coming, my friends.
Okay. Oh, can we not have a look round his office? Or should I have looked before I spoke to him? Ah, never mind. I'll get him next
Chief
time.
Inspector Japp, your call does not bode well.
Indeed, we have just found the body of a young woman on the beach in Bexhill. An
Oh, no.
ABC was placed on the body.
We'll be there as soon as possible.
Oh, no. Oh, we didn't get there in time to... Oh, I didn't realise. Bexhill on sea. Of course it's going to be on the coast. Silly woman. Oh, that's pretty. I want to live by the sea.
Bexhill is a delightful town. It would be nice to come back and visit.
I do not entirely agree. Walking at the beach damages my shoes, and it hurts my knee.
So the years have not spared you, my friend. It's the same for all of us.
That is exactly what I said to myself when I saw you back from your travels.
Hastings, you're old.
Don't be offended, Hastings. I can see Jack waiting for us. And from his face, I would say that things are not looking good.
Hastings is like, I'm still a young chap. Poirot's like, no, you're not. You're an old boy. Right, let's go speak to Japp. This is all very pretty. Oh, sad. Hello.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot.
Oh,
We
no.
haven't yet identified the victim, but
Very
it's a young
interesting
woman
coloured
20 to
suit he's got
25
on.
years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
How do you know?
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
We'll have a little look
As the
around the
President
area
informed.
and then...
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing.
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed.
Depends how long she's
We've
been
asked
missing.
everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I
And
hope
also,
you're right, Hastings.
We kind of don't know how he's picking his victims. We know he's picking them because of their name. Let's have a little look at the area first, I think. Before we look at the... our young lady. Just in case there's anything here. Let's have a look.
This hut is locked. The padlock is locked.
Okay. Have a look at the seafront. I think we're too close. I think we need to have a look from up there. But let's have a little look at the body and then see if we can have a little look at the area. If there's any relevant information. Oh dear. Oh, she's been killed very differently.
A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim. These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth. This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock.
Possibly for one of the...
She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't notice it.
Is being a professional. A feet
The
are bare.
young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat, and was not carrying a bag. That's strange.
Maybe they were in
Either the
the
murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe.
in one of the
Maybe
little
so
beach
that
huts.
she could bath.
One of the beach huts, maybe. Let's see, it's open at B, isn't it? Yeah.
The
there we
guide is
go.
open at the page for the Bexhill train times.
Is there a link to the railway, or is it just a case of
Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
How was the victim killed? I think that she was strangled. Braided silk belt. Victim was pretty. She had marks on her neck. Let's put she didn't struggle, so I imagine that she was strangled from behind, maybe? By surprise with her own belt.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay. What are the common points between the Andover murder and the one in Bexhill? The ABC and the thing announcer. Oh, that's not right. Oh, the same. There's another thing here. There we go. Let's put those two together. Killer signs his crimes with an ABC guide. Are the crimes in Andover and Bexhill the work of the same murderer? From the letter, we can kind of safely assume that yes, maybe. Let's have a look. She has just one wound on the back of her head. Victim has marks on the neck. The press does not know. There we go. Shall we see if it's the press? So it can't be. The two murders were premeditated. Oh my goodness, it wasn't quick enough.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her
It's
own
not a
belt.
copycat because nobody else
That's what I
knows.
thought.
That's what we can
She
assume.
shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
Okay. We need to identify that. Let's go back up here and see if we can have a little look at some things. See what's that up there.
Bexhill seems to be a pleasant little town.
Okay, so we have some Victorian house. What's this? The seafront, and then these guys.
Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture. Although personally, I prefer more modern buildings.
I like those ones, the Victorian ones. Okay, let's go back down. Did we pick up the key? And can we look at it? Let's have a look. Oh, yes, we can. A small key found fastened to, oh, Betty Barnard's wrist. How do we know that she's called Betty Barnard? Is it just given it? Is that a 6? Yeah, that's a 6. It's got a thing underneath. Right, let's go find. Which one of these is number 6?
This hut is locked.
Which one's number 6?
This hut is locked.
Oh, that's 9. Haha. It has got a number on, so we need number 6. Has that fallen over? Oh yeah, the screw's missing. See, look, the screw's missing there. Can we flip that round?
The number is upside down. This is definitely at number 6.
Is that 115 or T50? Hang on. 715. Okay, so that's either 115 or 715. I think it might be 7. Okay. Let's go back. Let's see if we can use this key on this padlock. Zoom in a bit more. Put the key in.
A dual locking padlock.
Okay. Let's see if we can roll this. Gonna try 7, I think. Why are you doing this to me? 7. Mouse is like, yeah, just 1. Mouse is too grabby. It's too grabby, it's just grabbing onto things. Okay, now I need to put the key in. Key in. Turn the key. And open. Wonder if all of her stuff is in here. Oh, her purse is there. Let's go and have a little look. The shoes?
The purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motives for the murder.
He's
Here is the
turning.
watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance.
Mm-hmm.
As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me.
Okay.
It
Shoes?
definitely was here that the victim left her belongings.
Whatever it is over here. Oh, a picture.
Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Okay. I think that's everything.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been
Jap is the
identified
police.
and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Because I am a detective.
Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22.
Ooh.
Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
Hastings is very gung-ho. He likes to charge in. Does our captain. Poirot's a bit more softly. Oh, poor Betty. Poor Betty. Wrong place at the wrong time, I feel. Am I just following Hastings? What is this? What am I looking at?
Could it be the same buildings
Oh.
as on the victim's photo?
The cafe. Newspaper kiosk. Seaside. Going darker? Where are we going? Tower?
This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken.
Gosh, she wasn't killed that far from her job, was she? That's quite sad. Okay. It's a beautiful building though. Okay, let's go and have a little look-see inside.
I'll be with you in a minute.
Oh, very
gentlemen.
pretty. We're actually here on business purposes. Let's have a little look. What have we got going on here? Oh, another mirror. Can we have a little look in that? Make sure that we look just so. Okay, let's have a little look at our lady. Assume that she's the manageress.
Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat.
Why is that not? There we go. Red hair. She's pressing the deal behind the counter. And... oh. Where's it picking up? There we go.
This
Strict
woman
appearance.
must be the owner of the ginger cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
Mmm. Is the till not right, my dear?
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
Can we have a little look at the counter?
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own.
Let's have a look. Where's Betty? 11 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. 11 a.m. 7:30. So I'm assuming if it happened in the evening, didn't come home from work. Let's click that one.
Where is Betty?
She's here.
Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service?
Yes.
Betty worked from 11... Interesting. Betty was alone between 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m.
So between
did she serve?
5 and 7:30 she was alone. Okay.
No, this person is not the last one to have worked with Betty.
Millie was.
Interesting. Betty was alone between 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Who did she serve?
Okay, let's have a little look at some other stuff that we've got here. What have we got here? These receipts, maybe?
These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty?
Okay, let's have a little look. So... oh, we have to compare handwriting, do we? I'll put a name. Let's have a little look what Betty's handwriting's like.
Where is Betty?
Okay, it kind of slants to the right, but not large. I would say hour 5. Oh, so that's 6:30, so she would have been on her own there. This one.
Most probably a family. This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one.
Okay. That looks similar to that one.
No, something's not right.
Let's look. Oh, hang on, there we go, 7:20.
Most probably a single man. A whiskey lover. Maybe the murderer? This bill may have been written by Betty. There's probably another one.
Well, I've got both of them. That one and that one.
Most probably a family. Betty served a family and a man on his own. A whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.
Okay.
What? Gentlemen, what are you doing?
Oh, we should have told you we were with the
We are
police.
searching for clues, mademoiselle. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct.
She did.
She should have been here a while ago. Punctuality is the first rule of politeness.
I fear that Miss Barnard will not be coming today.
Or any
She
day.
has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing.
Murdered.
She appears to have been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my business, I shudder to think.
Say that on the contrary, it is an advert for the town. Ask what she knows about Betty. Oh, do you know what? Just for the
Do
lols.
not be so sure. Miss Barnard's tragic death may be a good advertisement for you.
It makes one despair of human nature. Poor young girl. She was a hard-working and pleasant young woman. I didn't know her that well. She'd only been here for 2 summers. I know that she had a young man.
Oh, interesting.
Call for her sometimes.
Ask if her gentleman friend might have attacked her. Ask if the man in the photo is her gentleman friend. Which photo?
This photo
Have
was
I
found.
missed a photo?
Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
Ooh. Ask if their relationship was going well. Say that young people no longer have morals. Well, obviously.
I find
Just
young
for
people
lols.
today very hard to understand.
You needn't tell me that. A few weeks ago, they argued just outside the cafe. Imagine what my customers must have thought.
I mean, she is very respectable. Ask why they argued. Sympathise about difficulty of keeping a respectable establishment. I mean, she does look like a very respectable lady, and she would be concerned
I hope
with that.
for you that it was an isolated incident. It must be difficult to keep a respectable establishment if your staff show themselves to be so shameless.
The young man only made a scene the once. Jealousy, no doubt. It must be said the young girl was very pretty.
Thank you for your time, Mademoiselle Merion. You have been of great help.
I feel like we handled her quite
The
well.
customer who ordered a whiskey might provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting idea, Hastings. Maybe he is a regular guest. What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea and cakes. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see again.
That's what I thought. Time to visit Betty's home.
I went and got myself a little snack. I was flagging. Oh, what's this?
What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work.
Oh, man. Oh, man, I'm going to eat biscuit. Let's have a look at the
All these
newsstand.
tourists. These shops must be thriving.
Okay, let's go. I went and grabbed some tuck out the cupboard. The cheese sandwich one because it's superior. Where do we need to go? Where did Hastings go? Where did Hastings go? Where is it? Up here? How handy that she lives like right here.
Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relatively indifferent to Mrs. Asher's murder, but a young woman's murder seems to be troubling him greatly.
That is because Hastings is a bit of an old romantic, you know what I mean?
I fear that this case is far from being solved. Certes. But how many times will he kill before I do?
Okay, let's go in there. Hastings has a weakness for a pretty face, you know what I mean?
How do you do, mademoiselle? My name is Hercule Poirot.
I know you. You're that detective we hear all about.
I do not know if that is a compliment, but I will take it as one for now. You are Betty's sister, I believe?
Yes. My name is Megan.
Can we come in?
Please do. My parents are at the police station. I doubt they'll be up to speaking to you later.
Do not worry, we will not bother them.
That's nice
Did
of
you
them.
know your sister's plans for yesterday evening?
No. I arrived by train this morning. My parents called me in a panic when they discovered that Betty had disappeared. She went out last night, but she didn't tell them where she was going.
What was your last conversation about?
Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother brought her a pair. The very day it happened. She was crying.
Stockings
And to think that
again.
Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
Oh, interesting. Okay, let's have a little look-see around here. Oh, what's this?
It would not be polite to visit the house without being invited to do so.
Okay.
Megan invited me to examine her sister's bedroom. I should take advantage of the opportunity.
Let's have a look in here first of all. Piano. And then go and have a look in the bedroom.
The Barnard appear to make music a priority in their budget.
Piano. Warm furniture. Oh, a violin.
They're all Miss Modest, but the Barnards are definitely music lovers.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a little look at Megan. Actually, should we go and have a look upstairs first? Let's do that first. I'm just going to mute while I eat this biscuit. Oh, maybe we need to speak to Megan then. Hang on. Let's give her a little observe. Let's have a little look.
What is she feeling at the moment?
Probably shock. Intense.
Betty's older sister is not just sad, she's angry.
Okay, let's speak to Megan. Ask if Betty had a fiance. Ask if Betty used to go out a lot.
Did Betty go out often?
My sister wasn't a child, sir. She used to go out. She enjoyed films, dancing.
Smart woman.
She was a very good girl who didn't hang around with men. That's what they always say, no?
Sympathise with her grief. Insist on the truth. Well, we know she had a
I am
boyfriend.
not interested in what people say. I am interested in the truth, Mademoiselle Barnard. If you only knew how much I would like to talk with someone who does not know that your sister is dead and who could provide me with a true portrait of her beyond the formalities.
The truth is that my sister was a silly little fool. I tried to reason with her, but she behaved like an idiot.
There we go.
In what way?
She used to say that if she was going to marry Don, she might as well have some fun now.
I can't
I
fault the
understand.
logic, really.
Oh, excuse me, I have to answer that.
Okay. I'm going to have a look.
Betty's room is opposite the stairs on the first floor. Feel free to take a look if you think it might be useful.
I will do. Thank you very much. I was like, it's like, oh, we best not speak ill of the dead.
To have anything else for us.
Do you think she's hiding something?
That is what I'm trying to find out.
Surely you don't think she did it?
I did not say anything of the sort. But young women always ruin your judgment, Hastings.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe
Always
Megan
having his
was
head
jealous
turned
of
by
her
a pretty
type of
face, that
sister.
one.
I see. She may have had her sights on the inheritance. Or maybe she was in love with Donald Fraser.
I doubt
We
her.
have to study all scenarios, even the most unlikely. But I doubt that Mr. and Mrs. Barnard are rich enough to justify murder.
Yeah.
While I try and get Miss Barnard to talk, I would like you to try and find Donald Fraser. It should be easy to find the estate agents where he works. Bring him to the Ginger Cat. I would like to talk with him before the Chief Inspector finds him.
Sneaky, Poirot, sneaky. Let's have a look in the mirror. And then we'll go up to the bedroom. Here we go. Adjust his appearance. There we go. Gotta build those ego points, you know what I mean. Let us go upstairs. Have a little look in the bedroom. Oh, pretty. She's got a music stand. There's another mirror to examine.
It looks like Betty was also a music lover, the same as her family.
Microphone. Metronome.
Without a doubt, Betty used to sing.
Wow. What do we have here?
Looking
Oh, we
at
have
all
some
the clothes
outfits.
she took out, Betty must have had a problem deciding what to wear. Maybe she had a date?
Maybe.
A box of new stockings.
Stockings as well.
It looks like Betty has a very busy life.
What do we have here? Cinema ticket. Ticket for the film Impossible Love. Invitation for a dance.
Betty liked
Menu for a
luxury and going
dinner
out.
party.
And being as pretty as she was, she probably did not have any problem getting herself invited.
She was young and she wanted to have fun. Can't really blame her
Looking
for that.
at all the clothes she took out, Betty must have had a problem deciding what to wear. Maybe she had a date?
Maybe. Let's have a look if we can have a look at any other parts of the room. What's this on here?
Something on this clock bothers me. This metal disc is stuck.
It's a little bit of paper.
Strange. A sheet of paper is blocked in the clock.
Okay. See if there's any clues here. What do we have here? Can we open it? Oh,
What a strange mechanism. I don't think it serves to...
it's a key. Okay. How do we do this then? So this is a key puzzle. We need to... There must be a way to unlock it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it because I think we haven't seen everything we need to see.
sleeve with an handwritten title. Betty must have recorded the demo. I'd be interested to hear it.
Okay. Let me come back to that.
This small key should be useful to me.
What's this?
I've finished with this subject.
So we don't have to look at the medicine.
Medicine to prevent voice loss. Did Betty have problems with her voice?
Okay. Right. I haven't seen anything would...
Something on this clock bothers me.
I assume we need to move the hands. So let's start at...
This metal disc is stuck.
How do we do... that didn't work. That's still... Oh,
What a strange mechanism. I don't think it serves to turn the hands.
okay. Oh, that must be right because it's not letting me move it anymore. Let's have a look. Oh, what's this? Oh, weird.
This wooden panel is blocked. This wooden panel is blocked. I can't open it.
Maybe this? Can we unscrew this?
This metal disc.
Can we use the key? No. I feel like I've gone wrong here somewhere. Let's go out and go back in. Okay. Let's just keep turning until it won't let me turn anymore.
There, that's better.
Oh. What, I didn't do that this time. Okay, then we do the leg. Okay. Then see if we can do this maybe.
This metal disc is...
Maybe this one? Oh, okay.
Good. It should be possible to...
Okay. Then...
Look, a key.
Okay, let's grab the key. Oh, and a diagram. What is that?
This could be useful.
What is this here? What is this diagram? Let me look. Oh, okay, hang on. Let me write this down. Because I feel like this is what we need to do that. Puzzle. Line. Okay, I wonder if that's how to do this puzzle at the top, maybe? No, we do not need this. We need this. Where are these people buying these complicated mechanisms?
I don't think it serves to turn hands.
How do we move it then? With the key, maybe? Oh. Okay. So I move that to the right. One, two, three. Oh. So that was 3 over. So this one was 2, so that would be middle. And then this one would be the middle as well. Oh, right. Okay, I get it. I get it. I don't think there's anything we could do now. Let's have a look at the rest of the clock. See if there's anything we can do with this yet. Can we use the key, maybe? Let's try this one.
This metal disc is stuck.
But I put the key on it.
This metal disc is stuck.
Okay, let's... Maybe there's something I've missed here. Can I use the key on any of these? Can I use the key on this? Oh, I can. Okay.
The central cog is blocked.
So I could do it on this one. Unlock that one. Unlock this one. There we go. And then unlock the middle one. And then I should be able to unlock the other thing.
Ah, something clicked on the front of the clock.
There we go. I was overthinking it and underthinking it at the same time. And that should open the front and we should be able to get that. Whatever that piece of paper is.
This could be useful.
Could lead to a secret lover or rendezvous.
Betty, I enjoyed a wonderful evening in your company, and I hope that we will see each other again very soon. D. My dearest Betty,
Ooh.
I know that your art is already
Who
spoken
is
for,
Adrian?
but you are the most beautiful dancer I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I am impatient to see you again, Adrian.
Just drinking my boba. Boba, boba, boba. So Betty had a little admirer called Adrian, hey? Good for her. I hope it's not the guy who killed her, though. That would not be good for her. Okay. Let's go back downstairs. I think we've seen everything we can see. Or let's just check our appearance because, you know, it's like a cat. Can't walk past a mirror. Boba, 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 boba. Let's have a little look over here. Oh, that's a pretty painting. Thinking. What am I thinking about? Does this key fit it, maybe?
Let us see. What is this cupboard hiding?
Ah. What is this?
This looks like solfège.
I have no idea what that is. I am not classically musically trained. Okay. Let's have a look at some other things. Let's have a look at this thing. What is this?
That doesn't work.
I must have forgotten a step. Do I have anything? Record on?
That doesn't work.
I must have forgotten a step. Okay, let's have a little look around here. What is this? What is this? Ah, there we go. What do we have here?
There is bound to be a clue somewhere.
This plus this equals... Oh, okay. Can we have a look at any of these things that I have in my hand? Can. Oh, hang on. A record found in the Barnard's gramophone, Betty followed by 78T, is written on this record. Okay. Handle. Small key hidden in the jewellery box. I forgot I could click on things. There you go. That explains the couple things. So, is this the code? 2 + 2, 1 + 1 + 1. Oh, it's a number thing. Flipping heck. 78T. So, bear with me because I flipping number puzzles. We know we need an 8, so that's that one that looks kind of like a 7. 6 is 32. Yeah, so 16 + 16, so it needs to be 1. Those, so 832 is 8 and 2 of those. Okay, I'm going to try it.
There is bound to be a clue. It looks like something goes in here.
Yeah, the handle. We're going to do that in a minute. For some reason, this is a bit
bound to be a
sensitive.
clue somewhere.
Okay. What we're going to do is 2 of those.
There is bound to be a clue somewhere.
Plus... that right?
There is bound to be a clue.
Is that right or is it wrong?
I heard the sound of a mechanism being triggered.
Okay, so apparently for some people this puzzle is broken. Because what you need is it to click, and for sometimes that it doesn't happen. So what I've ended up doing is having to use 3 clues to get it to click, to get it to open, which is really annoying because I had the right code in the right places. It just wasn't clicking. That was it. So see if this one's any better. Oh my god, it's going to do the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to do the same thing. So the clue to this one is 78T, but as you can see, my mouse is attached. If I click it on, it's just going to click off the thing. If I click out, click back in again, it's just going to click into A. So apparently this puzzle is notorious for being broken, which is fine. Yeah, because it just clicks back onto the thing, and you can see like my mouse is moving too far. A lot of people had this problem, so that what you have to do is use a clue. So I'm just going to wait for that to fill up, and then we'll use some clues, and we'll do this, and we'll get that boxed out the way.
I just have to put the record on the gramophone and start it.
Well, I hope that's all we have to do, because that was very time consuming and very frustrating. But thankfully there is a jailbreak, so
That
that's
doesn't
fine.
work.
What? What do I have to do? Do I have to get in closer? What is this? What is open there? No, that's not where I need to go. This here.
It looks like something goes in here.
The handle. Okay, can we put the record on from here?
That doesn't work. I must have...
There we go. Let's flick that up. Then we can put the record on. Can we put it on from here? Yes, we can. And then we can flick that back down. And then...
Oh, Donald! We're in the middle of recording.
Sorry, Betty, but it's not wise. The doctor said you should rest your voice.
You're such a killjoy sometimes.
Wow.
Betty was such a good singer.
It's true. Did she have any problem with her throat?
Yes, she had to be careful with her voice. Of course, she didn't follow the doctor's advice. If Don didn't insist, she... Well, it's too late for all that now.
Oh, sad. Sad. Okay. Let's have a little look over here. Just because we can.
Family photos and files.
Okay. Let's go back and speak to the sister, I think. Is she back? Yeah, she's back. Hello.
It looks like this woman is single, but she has feelings for someone.
Maybe she has feelings for Donald.
She's looking so intensely at this photo. But is it really a sister that she's studying in this manner?
Does the sister have feelings for Donald? Is that why she's annoyed?
Yes, in a way. She was pretty and he...
Well?
He's a bright man, with a promising career ahead of him. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Oh, a true gentleman.
I hear a note of envy in your voice.
You must have heard wrong.
Ask if Donald was in love with Betty. Ask if Donald was jealous. Let's ask if he was in
Donald
love.
appeared to be very much in love with your sister.
Yes, he was mad about her.
Aww.
Mad, you say? Being madly in love can often be destructive, and Mr. Fraser was known for being jealous, I believe.
No more than average. Men are always slightly possessive, especially when they are with a pretty woman.
Ask her to cooperate. I'm going to accuse her of lying.
You are a poor liar, Mademoiselle Bernard.
Excuse me, Mr. Poirot, but I do not see why you are interested in our humble little crime.
It would appear that your sister's murder is the second in a series that we have to stop as quickly as possible. The first was in Andover, and the same as your sister, the murderer sent me a letter informing me that a crime would be committed in that town. Now can I count on your honesty?
Yes, you have my confidence, Mr. Poirot. Don is a quiet and sensitive young man. Slightly reserved too, and as is often the case with reserved people, when he flew into a temper, he completely lost control. He could be so violent. Betty was frightened.
And when was this?
The first time was about a year ago. But they rowed more recently. Donald found out that Betty had lied to him. She said she was going out with a girlfriend, but she went out for dinner with a married man. It was an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Donald turned quite pale and started shaking and kept saying one day...
I don't think it was Donald.
Well?
He'd commit murder.
Ask if Donald really could have killed Betty. Ask if she fears that Donald is a suspect. Let's do that one.
You were afraid that he would become our main suspect. I know that Fraser was jealous, but I wonder why you feel the need to protect him.
Exactly. Had you not told me about the case, I would never have dared to tell you about this little matter. Don loved Betty with all his heart. I can't imagine for one instant that he would hurt her.
Very
be
good,
surprised.
Mademoiselle Bernard. Thank you for your help.
Okay.
Fraser is at the Ginger Cat. The police haven't spoken to him, but they want to.
Très bien, Hastings. Let's see him now. Au revoir, mademoiselle. My deepest condolences to your parents.
Of course, Mr. Poirot. And don't be too hard on Don. He's more fragile than he looks.
If you say so.
Mixed messages here.
Let's now
Okay.
try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay, we have some unresolved questions. What had Betty planned to do with her evening? I think that Betty had a date. She planned to meet someone. She used to go out a great deal. She was seeing other men. Oh. A lot of visitors. Okay. Leave this one out. And this one in. No? Okay, so we have... Betty had probably planned to meet someone that evening. Betty was seeing other men as well as Donald. Oh. Used to go out a great deal. Lots of visitors at this time of year. Uncommon guest. Victor marks on her neck. I think Betty lied to Donald about what she's going to do the day before. There we go. Betty lied to Donald. So, did Betty know her assailant? That's the only one I could think of that would... The man seduced Betty before taking to the beach where he killed her.
Let's now
Okay.
try and get our brain cells to work.
What do we have to know? What is Megan Barnard's behaviour hiding? The victim was pretty. Betty was seeing other men as well as Donald. She keeps looking at a photo of Donald. Betty. Megan is now Barnard's sole heir. Megan loved her sister. She's an intelligent woman. She liked him. There we go. Megan has a soft spot for Donald. Did Megan Barnard have a motive for killing her sister? I'm saying she loved her sister. There we go. No? Oh, what would be her... Seeing other men, maybe? Megan was jealous of Betty. Oh, okay. Let's go and speak to Donald. Okay, let's go speak to Donald. How do we get out of here? That way. That way.
You've seen Fraser, Hastings. What is your feeling?
He's a big chap. Fragile isn't exactly the word that springs to mind. I talked to his landlady before seeing him. She went to bed at 11. Fraser wasn't home yet.
Bien. Megan Barnard said he is a reserved character but with a nasty temper. We will see if this is the case.
Okay. Let us go and meet the fiance. Is he a fiance? Or is he a boyfriend? I would assume if they were talking about not being married yet, it would be fiance. Let's go and see Mr. Donald Fraser. Can we have a little observation of him?
How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You're Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
Can we have a wee look at him? Oh, aye, we can.
This man
He's
looks
drinking.
suspicious.
He looks like he realises he's going to be... Crumpled clothes. 1,000-yard stare. Stop moving! Dark circles. White horse
Fraser
whiskey.
is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night. And he's drinking white horse.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
I know, I'm going to speak to you. You, sir.
Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
Let's have a wee chat. Ask if you saw Betty yesterday afternoon. Say that Betty only ever did as she pleased. Ask what would have happened if she'd listened to him. Let's start with the basics, I think.
Did you visit Betty yesterday afternoon?
No, I haven't seen Betty for 2 days. I was at the office yesterday afternoon.
Can you prove that?
Of course. But why this question? Betty died yesterday evening, didn't she?
Ask if he likes white horse whiskey. Tell him he is a suspect. Yeah.
Betty was
Maybe he'll
murdered
make a
during
mistake
the
if we
night,
annoy him.
But that does not prove that she did not meet a murderer earlier in the day.
So, am I a suspect?
Everybody close to Betty is a suspect, Mr. Fraser. I would be a very poor detective if I did not examine all possible eventualities. Do you know what Betty's plans were yesterday evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
Ask why he believed her. Specify that her sister was in London.
Yet, Megan only returned to Bexhill this morning, Mr. Fraser.
I didn't know.
Right. May I ask you what you were doing yesterday evening?
I spent the evening working.
Your colleagues can confirm this?
No, I often take work home with me.
I think you're fibbing. Point out that he doesn't have an alibi. Accuse him of lying, just
You
like
are
Betty.
lying, Mr. Fraser. As was Betty when she hid the fact from you that she was seeing other men.
Betty was a very decent young woman. How dare you sully her memory?
Is that a scratch on his face? Also, that is a terrible accent there. I know I'm not one to speak because I often do terrible accents as well. But that is particularly bad. Inform him that there is a killer to find. Apologise for being abrupt. There is a killer to find, sir.
Memories of Mr. Fraser.
Do
I am
not care
looking
about
for
your
a killer,
feelings.
And I need you to be my closest ally. That is, unless you have something to hide.
Of course I don't.
Très bien. So, what were we saying? Where were you yesterday evening?
I looked everywhere for her, but in vain.
She was literally on
When
the
she
beach
said she was going
outside,
to have
right?
dinner with her sister on a weekday, I thought it was strange. I tried not to think about it, but I was like a lion in a cage. I was convinced she was lying. So I went round all the restaurants in the town. When I didn't find her, I went to the next town. But nothing. I must have got home about midnight or 1 o'clock.
Did anybody see you?
I don't think so. I didn't talk to anybody. I was so furious.
How did nobody see it if she's literally
Ah, a new
outside her
idea,
place of
Poirot.
work and outside of
I
it,
thought the
her home?
victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay. Did Donald have a motive for Betty's murder? Well, she was stepping out on him. Betty used to go out a great deal. The victim had marks on her neck. The two murders were premeditated and were carried out by the same murderer. Donald does not have an alibi. Donald was very much in love with Betty. Donald could be violent. So he could be violent and she was stepping out a lot, I think. There we go. Donald had a motive for killing Betty. Jealousy. Does Donald have an alibi? Donald does not have an alibi. Where was that? That was one of these, wasn't it? Donald does not have an alibi. However, Donald may have been at the beach. He could have killed her. Does Donald have a motive for all of the murders? I don't think he does. They were premeditated. Carried out. So, he might have killed Betty, but not Alexander. So, let's go start reconstruction.
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Jap to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree. Without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
I can't imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though.
Hey,
Surely
she was
must
right
have
here.
struggled.
Let us try and imagine the scene.
Reconstruction.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
Advance because she's in 6.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6.
Betty changes.
Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a coat.
He takes a lot of risks, this guy, doesn't he? Remove the belt, maybe? Advance, maybe?
They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
The murderer moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise.
I wonder why she took her belt off.
Lifeless, on the sand.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
He likes to take a risk. Like, both of these murders, he could have been seen. He doesn't know who's witnessed him. Like, her house, her place of work. It's a touristy area.
Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by signing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was
Very
certainly
nice
careless,
of her.
but not stupid enough to follow a stranger.
What are you planning to do, Poirot?
Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
Okay. Because he killed the other woman in the middle of the day. I'm like, this is very overlooked. Interesting. Okay, let's go back to London.
Right, back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
Have a little conversation.
Jap has decided to reveal details to the press. The alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling.
So do I.
Poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC.
Does he kill them on that day or like before that day?
Good hunting. Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston.
Because he thinks he's the smartest.
Yard.
Specify it's the 30th today. Ask what the date is.
By the way, Hastings, what day is it?
Well, looking at the calendar, it's the 30th. No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churston.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
I mean, we've missed this one. I'm going to end there with Betty from Bexhill because I have to run off and do some other things. I will be back in 2 weeks with our sea murder in Churston. Or maybe we'll foil him. Who knows? Who knows? If you would like to join me for that, there is an end card with a link back into my channel. You can check me out there, go and watch a few of my videos, throw me a subscribe, you know how it be. There's lots of stuff on there. I'm doing Murder Mystery Monday every other week, and I also have some bite-sized episodes coming up, and I will be starting some new series of some other games soon as well. I may have already started by the time you see this. Who knows? But yeah, go and check out my channel if you would like to do that, and have a lovely week, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.